3, 2, 1, 0. We don't have to start. I just needed sync up. I need to sync up material.
That's good. I like that though.
All right. Hello and welcome to Starcraft 2 Amateur Hour, where three guys sit together really closely,
as close as we can get. Everybody,
and play video games together.
Cheeks touch.
No, don't. Oh God. So today we're trying something a little different. We're gonna do a live game.
Yeah, and partly that's because we don't have any games that we really want to cast for you that really, struck us as awesome.
Yeah, we've casted a lot of games so far to keep us through the lull of no beta.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna try something new. And with us today is special guest caster Gatekeeper. And of course, Negative Sons and myself,
That's me.
Guns Akimbo,
And him.
He's not going to be casting too much, just he's going to be playing for you guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is all you're gonna hear from Guns Akimbo till his head explodes.
Exactly.
From too much StarCraft.
Too much StarCraft. So let's get into a game and do it. You ready?
Let's go.
I'm ready.
All right.
GLHF.
GLHF. Go, 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 go.
Hello and welcome to StarCraft Amateur Hour. I am your host, Negative Sons, and I am your host, Guns Akimbo.
And I am the guest speaker.
Guest host, Gatekeeper. And you might be wondering why I'm both Negative Sons and Guns Akimbo today.
Why are you?
That's because Guns Akimbo is actually playing this game now live for all of you. And so we're letting him concentrate. Maybe he'll say something once in a while, but I don't know. He is crying, so if you listen really closely, you might be able to hear his tears, his sobbing.
This is his 13th hour on the computer today?
Yeah, so he's sad and sick and strange. But anyway, we have a game cast for you, and we decided to do a live cast today because we couldn't really find exactly the game we wanted to cast. We had Gatekeeper here as a guest caster with us, and so we wanted to do something. So we had this idea to have Guns Akimbo play some games on the ladder, and we would cast them live. So now this is the result of that.
So I'm up against a random player, so I have no clue what's gonna happen.
Up against a random player on
Protoss.
on what is it? This map again? Blistering Sands or yeah, Blistering Sands. So against the Protoss on Blistering Sands. One thing that's common is for the Protoss player to build a pylon at his natural choke, and then build 2 gateways at the choke, so that he can do quick zealot pressure. That might be a good thing to check with either your scouting drone or Overlord to make sure that if those gateways go, where those gateways go up, and if he's trying to take a fast natural. Now, one thing I do recommend is to watch out for that early zealot pressure because it is so dangerous against Zerg from Protoss on any sort of short map like this. And it looks like we do have a
double
full. Well, it's not a full wall-in. I thought it was a complete seal, but we do have a gateway in the main, so it's not like he's going to be going for some sort of very fast nexus. Maybe if I were Zerg, I would possibly put an Overlord above that gateway because as Protoss myself, it always is such a disadvantage for my Zerg opponent to see when I move out with those zealots, and if I do, and how many I move out with, so that they can properly plan their defense. And as a general rule, for every zealot that moves out, you want to have at least 1 batch of Zerglings built. So it's very easy as Zerg to build, maybe 3 Zerglings, 3 batches of Zerglings, and then or even 2, or even 1, and when that pressure comes, just to add Zerglings, depending on how many zealots they see coming. And Guns Akimbo is getting a Spine Crawler, which is a good choice. Oh, we have 2 Gate and Forge. This is a build that is very close to my own heart. I highly expect that the Protoss opponent will be coming in to harass the natural expansion of Guns Akimbo, and then using that Forge to power a cannon expansion of his own. One of the best things to do against this as Zerg is to not get thrown off by the zealot pressure, but just to get your expansion up, to keep up with his, and to be able to counter. And it looks like Guns Akimbo is putting down a Roach Warren to counter, which is the perfect choice.
Those roaches are just going to rip through those zealots when they come.
That's true, Gatekeeper. But you do have to be careful with your roaches because zealots are much stronger against roaches than you think they are upon first encounter. Where if those zealots can get close to the roaches, they can kill them very quickly.
Well, now when the Zealot army moves out, if there were to be Zerglings to go past the wall to buy time for more roaches to finish.
That is also a great plan, a good tactic to use, because that's another fear when moving out with Zealots as Protoss against Zerg, is that there will be a Zergling run by attempted. That's a great way to delay that pressure even more. So if Guns Akimbo is paying attention to what we're saying at all, maybe he might move his Zerglings up just to pressure the Protoss to staying in his base for as long as possible out of fear of that run by. But it does look like he is not listening to us or thinks that's a bad idea because he does not want to do that. But that is okay because he's playing the game and not us. He actually is here hearing everything that we're saying, but he doesn't want to say anything because he doesn't love you guys as much as I do. I'm willing to talk to you for as long as it takes for you guys to know what's happening in this game. And Guns Akimbo just doesn't want to respond to any of that. I think he's just completely focused now. We can say anything about him we want, and he won't hear us or respond at all. Guns Akimbo.
But why would you?
Just to see what it will take for him to actually hear us. Guns Akimbo is now moving in with those lings. I don't think you have to be worried about another expansion yet. It's way too early for the Protoss to be expanding. I do wonder why he hasn't pushed out with his Zealots yet. And it's making me wonder if possibly there's some sort of hidden tech going on.
Yep.
I would
potentially a Void Ray.
Potentially, a robotic facility with a observer, Colossuses, or some sort of Void Ray tech. Guns Akimbo might want to try to start harassing those back rocks, or even send his Overlord in, which is a great choice, just to watch out for stalkers.
So, but if he probably has built a cannon at the back rocks by this point.
It's possible. A lot of times I won't.
A pylon.
A pylon is definitely likely. But just harassing that will force him either to build more defenses or to, respond in some way. And it's just important to keep your opponent always busy. So there is the Stalker. You do have to be careful with that Overlord. Now, it does not have speed. I do not think that Overlord is going to make it out of the main of the Protoss, and it is not going to make it out, especially to 2 Stalkers.
But it was worth it to see the Cybernetics core.
Yeah, so Guns Akimbo did see the Stargate, and did you see the Stargate? So we did see Stargate. We can totally expect Void Rays, perhaps start building extra queens at your hatcheries. And fortunately, due to planning ahead, Guns Akimbo is not going to get supply blocked by that Overlord going down. Very nice to be prepared and always have enough Overlords to keep yourself safe. I do think that we are getting pressured now by Stalkers. I like the double Evo chamber. You should have to make sure that you do have enough troops to survive a possible push. I like the Hydralisks. You do have to be careful against Void Rays because Void Rays can kill Hydralisks so quickly, even once you get them out. And the Void Rays do have that mobility that air units all benefit from. So, at this stage of the game, I think Guns Akimbo might start to think about starting to pump some drones because he has experienced such little pressure. The Protoss still has not expanded, though it looks like he might be thinking about expanding now because he has moved down. Guns Akimbo should run past the... There are plenty of Zealots behind the ramp of the Protoss player. I think Guns Akimbo will need more Roaches and Hydralisks to hold that off if there is a pressure coming. And possibly to bring his queen from his main to his natural. And I do think that I do not know if Guns Akimbo has started upgrading yet from those double Evo chambers. It's very smart to pull back all of his forces at this point because you do not know for sure if there is an attack coming. But maybe if a Zergling were to go to one of those Zelnaga towers, you could spot the possible incoming attack. It looks like there are Phoenixes on the field.
On the board.
It looks like
for the Overlord harass.
Protoss player is going for an Overlord harass.
And then
I don't know how effective that's going to be because
if he does it with DTs though.
Because there's no reason to suspect DTs yet, Gatekeeper, just because we haven't scouted the Dark Shrine. And it is a tough transition to go Stargate, then Twilight Council, then Dark Shrine. But it is always a possibility and something to watch out for. But Guns Akimbo does have Hydralisk down, so I don't know how effective this Void Ray harass is going to be.
Or Phoenix harass.
Phoenix harass. I really would have preferred to see a Void Ray harass. I think that would have been much more effective by the Protoss.
We only see one Phoenix too, though.
But at this point, the Protoss does have that air superiority that is important, and I think maybe Guns Akimbo should pull back his Overlord slightly, maybe even possibly get a Spire and Mutalisks to chase that Phoenix away. Because while Phoenixes do counter Mutalisks in numbers, when you have this small of an amount, the Zerg player is able to quickly counter the Phoenixes just through numbers of Mutalisks. And what is that building that Guns Akimbo you're building in your main? Is that the Spire or no? That's something else.
I was going for a Spire, but I'm low on gas.
Oh, so Guns Akimbo is a little bit low on gas right now. But that should be okay because he is going to catch up on the gas soon. He does have 4 extractors mining.
And we have a Roach Hydralisk combo moving out.
A Roach Hydralisk combo moving out, but I don't know if it's just. I think it might just be a probe the middle of the map and see where his opponent is located. And he has found his opponent, and he should possibly pull back immediately.